Welcome back to the 3-Minute Node. This is the LoRA training guide you have been waiting for. With the release of Z ImageBase, the game has changed. We finally have a clean, high-fidelity foundation for training that does not require messy adapters or hacky unturbo workflows. Today, we are mastering LoRA training from scratch. This is a deep dive, so settle in. We are covering every single click. First, we need our engine. We are heading to the Ostris AI-Toolkit repo. While you can do a manual install for the smoothest experience, I recommend the Easy Install by Tavirs One. It is a bulletproof one-click solution. Download the latest release and extract it to a dedicated folder like C LoRA Kit. You will see a single batch file. Click it and let it run. Under the hood, this is handling your Git clone, Node.js environment, and a portable Python embed so it does not mess with your system-wide installs. Once the terminal finishes, run the start batch file to launch the UI. The settings here are straightforward. Check your paths under C LoRA Kit to ensure your output and datasets folders are mapped correctly. Now, for the secret sauce, the data. We are going to leverage our previous shortcut workflows to build a pro-level dataset. We use Qwen edit to generate 8 consistent character angles, then run them through our Florence 2 captioner for high-precision tagging. If you need more variety, use the BFS LoRA phase swap workflow. And if your source is low-res, run them through Seed VR2 for a 4K upscale. I am moving my 8 images and text files into the datasets folder. Look at the captioning here. We are being extremely descriptive, detailing her black strapless lace dress and hair placement. This is crucial. By describing her current outfit in the caption, we teach the model what to decouple. If we describe the dress now, we can easily change it to a spacesuit or a silk gown later during generation. In the AI-Toolkit UI, click New Job. Do not let the parameters intimidate you. The defaults are solid. We will name this my first LoRA V1. Our trigger word is ASDFWMN. Use something unique like this so it does not bleed into the model's existing knowledge. Set the model to Tongi My Z image. Keep low VRAM enabled to stay efficient. We are using a linear rank of 32 and BF16 data type for the best balance of speed and precision. Set it to save every 750 steps with a max of 3000. Under Resolutions, uncheck everything except 1024 to match our dataset. For sampling, we want to see the progress. I am setting it to sample every 750 steps. I have cleared out the default prompts and kept 3 specific ones featuring a woman. We do not need to see if the model can draw a dog. We need to see if it is learning our character. Hit start and wait. On an RTX 5080, 3000 steps takes about 4 hours. Once finished, head to your output folder. I recommend renaming your final file to include the step count for clarity. Looking at our samples, the progression is perfect. At 750 steps, she is a ghost. At 3000, she is a twin of our dataset. Now, let's move into ComfyUI for the moment of truth. We are starting with a clean Z ImageBase workflow. This is where the highest precision resides. First, a critical technical note. Unlike the turbo version, you cannot use conditioning 0 out here. It will absolutely break your generation. This is because we are running a CFG of 4.0, not 1.0. If you are recycling an old turbo graph, make sure those settings are updated before you hit Q. To keep our testing organized, I'm using a string primitive node for our trigger word, ASDFWMN. I'm feeding that into a string concatenate node, which joins it to the front of our main descriptive prompt. This ensures our LoRA influence is always the foundation of the sentence. With 30 steps and a fixed seed of 0, the first result is staggering. Looking at this side by side with our dataset, the LoRA is hitting at 100%. The skin texture, the raven hair, the specific gaze, it is all there. In fact, at a strength of 1.0, it is so locked and it feels nearly overtrained. Changing seed to 42, it is still looking solid. When we drop the LoRA strength to 0.5 and bypass the trigger word, the model gains more creative freedom, though the character likeness begins to soften. For this character, the sweet spot is right around 0.8. Now let's push the flexibility. We need to know if we can break the original pose and clothing from the training images. We swap the prompt to a full-body shot on a sleek glass balcony, requesting a high-slit metallic emerald silk gown and cyan magenta neon lighting. The result is flawless. The model successfully replaced the black lace dress with the emerald silk while maintaining the character's facial structure. We go further with a Mediterranean lifestyle prompt, a sheer white linen off-the-shoulder dress with natural amber sunlight. The transition from dark studio lighting to airy outdoors is seamless. The character remains consistent, proving our captioning strategy worked. By describing the original clothes in the training phase, the model learned how to strip them away and replace them here. Since the face is so consistent, let's run a test to see if the LoRA is overtrained. We will duplicate the K sampler 4 times, loading each one with our saved checkpoints: 750, 1500, 2250, and 3000 steps. For the first test, we use a lifestyle portrait of the woman leaning against a weathered terracotta balustrade in a sheer white linen dress. Comparing the 4 outputs to our original dataset, it is clear that 750 steps shows little to no resemblance. At 1500 steps, the likeness begins to emerge, but it only reaches a high-quality result at 2250 steps. Both 2250 and 3000 steps yield acceptable results for this scene. Next, we test an avant-garde prompt featuring an iridescent PVC and white neoprene bodysuit. Because the face is much smaller in this frame, it is harder for the model to maintain the character's identity. Again, 1500 steps shows the beginning of a likeness, but it takes 2250 steps to truly capture the character. While 3000 steps offers the best facial resemblance, notice that it begins to override the prompt. It removed the PVC collar that was present in the earlier versions. This indicates that at 3000 steps, the LoRA is starting to cling to the original lace corset from the training images. If you prioritize maximum face consistency, 3000 steps is the way to go, but 2250 offers a better balance of likeness and flexibility. Since 30 steps on the base model can be a bottleneck for high-volume work, let's look at efficiency. Switching to the Z-Image Turbo workflow, we can now re-enable conditioning 0 out and significantly drop our step count. With just 8 steps and a CFG of 1.0, the results are immediate. Even though our LoRA was trained on the base model, it translates perfectly to turbo. The character likeness remains strong, though you might notice the fine details are slightly softer than the base model generations we ran earlier. Now we push for a full body shot to see if the identity holds when the camera pulls back. This is a pass. Often, LoRAs fail when you change the framing, but because we used high-quality consistent angles in our dataset, her proportions remain stable. Her facial structure is still consistent. However, the likeness is slightly less precise compared to the results we achieved using the base model. Can we move her from a dark studio to a bright, natural environment? Yes, the turbo model handles the warm, amber-hued sunlight beautifully. The LoRA doesn't fight the new lighting. The character remains relaxed yet sultry. This confirms the LoRA isn't baked into one lighting setup. It understands the person, not just the original photo. We're going for a dense, heavy scene with complex materials. Prompt: medium shot of the woman seated in a tufted oxblood leather armchair. Even though she now wears glasses, the eyes and the likeness are still very good. For our final prompt, we are doing a direct comparison. This is a complex, evocative scene. Prompt: candid shot of the woman leaning against a vintage upright piano. She is wearing a shimmering midnight blue sequined cocktail dress with a plunging back. The turbo result is incredible for speed. The sequins have a great glint, and the character is undeniably the same person. However, when you look at the fine details, the micro textures of the skin and the exactness of the eyes, the base model still holds the crown. If you want that absolute one-to-one, pixel-perfect likeness from your training, use base for your final renders. If you are iterating on concepts and lighting, Turbo is your best friend. You now have a professional-grade pipeline to clone any character into the Z-image ecosystem with total control. And that's the node, all open source. No filler. Thank you for watching. Grab the file, keep creating.